On the outside, the Swift sports a sleek and modern design. Suzuki have introduced a new Horizon design line that wraps around the vehicle, creating a sense of motion. Rounded shoulder lines give it a sporty edge, while the iconic Suzuki badge proudly sits at the front of the bonnet. Lower headlight positions and L-shaped daytime running lights not only enhance visibility, but also add a touch of sophistication. And check out those clear rear tailgate lights.
Locally owned and operated. Low price guarantee. We will not be beaten on price. Open 7 days a week. 897 Latrobe Street. Power 103.1. Ballarat's leaders in local. Listen anywhere you go on the free iHeartRadio app. Your news now.
I'm John Fabris. Australia's paying Nauru $408 million to take foreign criminals that were released here when the High Court ruled they couldn't be held in detention indefinitely. Another $70 million will be paid annually to cover their ongoing costs. A federal appeals court in America has ruled most of Donald Trump's tariffs on countries are illegal. On social media, the US president branded the court politically biased. Political scientist Jeannie Sheehan-Zano explains the rulings around the president's justification of using emergency powers.
That was always suspect. Reading the statute, it was very, very hard to imagine that the court would support a declaration of an emergency.
On Bloomberg, Indonesian police running over and killing a motorbike delivery riders inflamed angry mass protests against politicians' pay packets. The deputy director of Amnesty International Indonesia telling Al Jazeera citizens are furious during tough times.
Tear gas was used improperly, water cannons, beatings, and when people are seeing with their own eyes a motorcyclist trampled by a police vehicle, that is just a trigger.
And a Connecticut man who holds the Guinness World Record for owning the most amount of Crocs shoes has grown his collection to 3,800 pairs. Doogie Sandtiger gravitated to the footwear because his childhood in foster care left him without the ability to tie shoelaces.
D2E Gym. From Telecombe to Wendouree, you're never too far from a D2E.
Collingwood captain Darcy Moores hailed Mitch Brown's decision to reveal he's bisexual as tremendously courageous and inspiring. The former Eagle, the first AFL player to speak openly about his sexuality. Moore, who also heads the Players Association, hopes it helps shift the game's culture.
Clearly, the amount of on-field incidents over the last few years shows that we do still have an issue, and as a Players Association, we've been advocating for a long time to work side by side with the league to help to move the needle on homophobia in the game and making the game safer and more inclusive for everyone.
Essendon has clinched a 43-28 victory over Richmond in Dreamtime in Darwin, kicking off AFLW's Indigenous round. The Bombers burning 3-1 in the opening half. Coach Natalie Wood pleased with how they absorbed the pressure from the Tigers after the break.
When the game was on the line, the way that our group united and stayed true to task and were prepared to do different roles and adjusted to those quickly, that was exceptional.
While the first of today's games is underway, GWS is hosting Adelaide Goonah Crows. And in the NRL, Storm handed a 40-10 thrashing by the Roosters, spoiling coach Craig Bellamy's 600th game in charge. The Melbourne mentor labelling the performance soft as butter. That's sport. I'm Harrison Prebe.
The Sporting Globe Ballarat. For a good feed and a bevy or two, sportingglobe.com.au. Power FM weather.
A top of 9 today with showers becoming less likely as the day goes on. Tomorrow, a low of 3, a high of 12 with a high chance of showers, most likely in the morning and afternoon. Monday, a top of 13 with a chance of showers in the morning and afternoon. And a high chance of showers on Tuesday, a top of 13. Those showers coming in the afternoon and evening. Right now, though, it's 8 in Eureka.